What the? Phyllis? 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 I feel like I haven't seen your name in a very long time. How long has it been? Yeah. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's a name I recognize. Should I change it? I don't want to be on here forever. I always say this. I got a lot of energy today. Tonight. I don't know what's going on. Actually, I do want to know what's going on. So I stopped doing keto. I got some goals to hit, right? But learning Japanese and knowing that I'm gonna move and all of that stuff in a year, I'm like, you know what? I really need to just focus in on calories in, calories out. I'm gonna try to hit. I'm going to do like 1,400 for the next 4 months straight. And with that, it's also gonna come using some Japanese recipes, right? So it's like, hey, I need to start getting used to it. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. And yeah, I don't know, just in a good mood. I exercised, took a nice shower, ate some food. I'm just chilling. Almost done with my master's in clinical psychology. 2 more weeks. Ooh. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Getting a master's is not easy. Well, I say that, but my master's degree was so easy. Cause I got it in therapy. It was so easy. It was so much easier for me getting. I don't know if you feel this way, but was it easier for you to get your master's than your undergrad? I struggled during undergrad. I hated undergrad. Be a therapist, like, heck yeah, dude. I struggled through undergrad, man. Oh my god, I hated undergrad. It's just, I guess it was just too many topics. I just struggled through certain classes that I had to take. I just 100% easier to get my master's because stuff you actually enjoy learning about. Yeah, it's more focused. You actually care. Yeah, the system's pretty messed up. Undergrads aren't the best. Undergrad programs aren't the best. I mean, they can be, once you get in the higher echelon of your classes, it becomes more focused. But man, those first like 2 years, just struggle. Yeah. And then don't get me started on grade school. Like, middle school and high school sucks so bad, bro. Like, it should definitely be tailored to what interests you, and you know, the system kind of sucks. Kids get discouraged so quickly. Masters is so much harder for you. Yeah. Masters are just easy for me. Like, I did not do well undergrad. Masters, it was way more information. You obviously have to study, but it didn't feel like studying because I actually liked it. And you were actually being able to use what you were learning. Undergrad, just, I don't know. High school was worst of them all, not gonna lie. High school sucked, man. Yeah, high school is the worst. Just the information's all over the place. Very basic everything. I don't know. I feel like if you like genuinely want to get into something, you just have to get lucky with what type of school you're at, what area you live in. But like a lot of schools, especially in impoverished areas, like those kids are not encouraged to do anything. It's just like, hey, here's math. Then a lot of stuff that you're never going to use. And hit this arbitrary number. so you can get this diploma that you can't do anything with. Like, it's so stupid. What's more critical thinking? Oh, your master's was more critical thinking? Yeah. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. It's wild. If you guys want to watch a movie, this I don't know how you guys feel about coming of age films, right? But like there's two in particular that I feel like captured middle school the best I've ever seen. Like it was so awkward, it made me feel like I was in middle school again. There's two movies in particular. Hold on. You guys should check it out. Hold on, let me bring both of them up. What up, Clan? What's up? What's up, Mitchell? I probably should say movie because that ain't gonna help. Let's see. Here it is. You guys should check these out. And I'm a oop, I didn't mean to save it. I'm a baby, so both of these made me cry. So first one, 8th grade. You guys should watch this. It has the vibes of being in, it's just that awkwardness of being in 8th grade. This was so well done. So well done. But I mean, it's centered around this girl. But yeah, so some guys might not relate. You should relate to it. You should still be able to relate to it. Like just that weirdness of being in that insecurities that you have and trying to fit in with other people. It just captured it so well. So you guys should definitely watch 8th grade. And the most recent one I saw was, am I even saying it right? Didi? This was super good. I resonated with this. And then there's a point. It's man, it's always these movies are always the same. There's always a scene where, you know, you can tell that the parent is trying to understand their kid and they're just not getting it, or they're trying their best. And then there's a scene where they have a heart to heart, and it just brings the whole movie together. Both of these movies have that. It's just I love it. Did he do it? Yeah, Diddy did it. It's good though. You guys should watch it. It's actually really good. I think I gave it a 4.5 on Rotten Tomatoes. I watched it on the flight. The last flight I was on, and I was ready to cry in that plane, yo. Nah, I did cry. I'm not gonna lie. I remember hating school when I was younger, and now I miss it. You miss school? I mean, I have some nostalgia when I think back of high school and middle school, but I don't think I miss it. Maybe certain elements. You know what you're missing? I'll tell you what you're missing, because I think I felt the same thing. What I'm missing from school is the sheer amount of people that you were interacting with each day. Like at the time, it's like they bothered you, these people, whatever. But like everyone kind of needs that, and we don't get that. Like once you become an adult, you don't get enough of it. It's just the way that, you know, our society's kind of set up, right? A lot of people isolate themselves. Yeah, I think I miss that. That's the element I miss. I miss talking to kids, because there was always something going on. I don't know. Hey, is anyone watching the chit shows on YouTube? The what? What's happening? What are you talking about? What you talking about, man? Man. Y'all tripping. Oh, Chit. Oh, him. It is so, I'm like blown away how they got their own like little show, man. I don't watch it on YouTube. I seen him on TikTok. I watch his stuff on TikTok. He's a good character. This is genuinely a good character. It's crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if he end up getting like some type of deal and actually make it to, you know, like television and streaming or whatnot. I would not be shocked. It's good. It's good. Some good stuff. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. Alright, sorry. Just took a call. Hey, I just joined. What new films have you watched, Clan? The newest ones I've seen is Superman and War of the Worlds. Those are the last two movies I've seen. But I have quite a few that I want to watch soon. Yeah. War of the Worlds is a half star, and I know I put here like I hate you passionately. This is just a weird thing, right? Like, cuz this is a special movie. Because it doesn't deserve anything more than a half star. I'll just be honest. It just doesn't, okay? I could be ironic and give it a 5, but it's very entertaining. It's just not deserving of a star. So I didn't hate it, and I don't think it's a waste of time. So I was kind of a weird place with this. Most of the time this is correct, but with this movie, it's a special case. It genuinely is funny. It's hilarious. It's so good. Yeah, unintentionally funny. Superman, I thought it was okay. I have a problem with this Superman movie. Before we talk about anything Spurs related, I kind of want to talk about it. I watched Sorry Baby. I have that on my watch list. Hold on, let me go to my watch list. I'd probably watch this next. Shinchan. I watched Sorry Baby, and I thought it was very important film, but not fantastic. 6 out of 10. Weapons was about a 5 out of 10. Predictable and tonally challenged through. I'm gonna see Weapons for myself on that one. I got a question for you, Wimby-chan. How did you feel about Barbarian? What would you have given Barbarian? I'm gonna see Weapons soon though, because I love that director, so I'm gonna see it soon. But yeah, I think that would be kind of telling on, you know, if we just have different vibes. But yeah, here's some movies that I have on my list. I thought I added Sorry Baby. I literally added Sorry. Oh, Sorry Baby might already be on my... It's probably down here somewhere. I think. It got to be down here somewhere. There's no way. I don't know about him, bro. I don't know about him. Him from the trailers... And I'm trying not to watch too many of them, but like... Or get too much information about it, but... It comes across like it's either going to be a masterpiece or really boring. Him looks good. I just can't tell. I can't tell if it's going to be a masterpiece or just bad. But one thing I will say is I like that Marlon Wayans is actually taking on like an actual acting role. Because I feel like he hasn't done that since like... crap, what's the movie, guys? What's the movie about addiction? Everyone was dealing with so much addiction. It's literally on my refrigerator. I literally have the movie on my refrigerator. What's the movie called? What's the movie called? Crap. Requiem for a Dream. Thank you. Requiem for a Dream. Yeah. Okay, here, Wimby Chan. It's a 6.5 out of 10. My scale is a bit different than most. 8 and ups are capable of being masterpieces, so having Barbarian 6.5 is a good score. Okay, yeah. See, our scales are just different because, yeah, in my opinion, if I had to do a 1 through 10, I would give Barbarian like an 8, maybe 8.5. Yeah, so I might just like be in love with weapons then. So even a 5 out of 10 for you for weapons probably ain't too bad then. Yeah. It's okay to have high expectations though. What would be, like, give me 2 masterpieces in your opinion? Like, what are some masterpieces in your opinion? Because basically this list I have right here, a big chunk of these are masterpieces. Like, I think my top 20 are all masterpieces. And I don't know, I can kind of flip these around because I feel like Mother might not be a masterpiece, but Godzilla Minus One is so doggone good. I should bring that higher, bro. I love that movie. But yeah, all these are masterpieces. Parasite, Handmaiden, RRR, The Wailing, City of God, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Train to Busan, A Tale of Two Sisters, Memories of Matsuko, Memories of Murder, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Love Exposure, There Will Be Blood, American Beauty, Pulp Fiction, Old Boy, No Country for Old Men, Decision to Leave, Truman Show, Get Out. All these are masterpieces to me. Love Exposure, After Sun. My 2 favorites are Spirited Away and Elephant Sitting Still. Okay, well, we agree on Love Exposure. Love Exposure is great. I've been trying to, like, I've been on this app, this language exchanging app, trying to talk to people that's in Japan. And I think I'm more nerdy than, like, the average Japanese person. Because they're like, dude, you know stuff that I didn't even know. Like the certain media that I consume, they're like, you know more than I know. My favorite movies of all time is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Masterpiece. What is a horror masterpiece, Wimby Chan? Clan, have you seen the trailer for him? I have. And that's where I'm like, it's either going to be really great or really bad. Like, I don't feel like it's going to be an in-between with that movie. Because it seems like the concept, I guess it's one of these things, the concept is so ambitious, just the way that it's going about it, till it can either just completely fumble or just hit on all cylinders. I don't know if there's going to be an in-between there. You know? Because it seems like it's so easy. Because even if it's just mediocre, it just end up being bad. Because it's so easy for that. It seems like for that concept to just be stupid. Right? And for it not to work. But then there's a lot of room for it to work. I don't know. Well, no, it's not a lot of room for it to work. It's an interesting one. I like weird, though. Beau is Afraid is a movie that I really love, and I don't think it got the praise that it deserved. Everywhere All at Once is also in your top 15? Heck yeah. I don't know if it's a masterpiece. Well, it definitely isn't, but Bring Her Back was a fantastic recent horror film. Probably The Shining, though. I didn't finish Bring Her Back. I actually got sleepy and fell asleep. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I got sleep. I was watching it really late. It wasn't the movie's fault. I probably should preface that. I'm sure it'll make this list. I only got like 15 minutes in, so I'm gonna try to rewatch it. Oh, I don't know. I got sleep. I was watching it really late. It wasn't the movie's fault. I probably should preface that. I'm sure it'll make this list. I only got like 15 minutes in, so I'm gonna try to rewatch it. 'Cause I don't know. I got sleep. I was watching it really late. It wasn't the movie's fault. I only got like 15 minutes in, so I'm gonna try to rewatch it. Oh. feel like Concrete Utopia is kind of a masterpiece. Anyways, Gladiator is one of the top for me. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie. Yeah, Wimby's right. Wimby got taste. You know, he got taste. I don't get upset when someone sees something great and they like, yeah, I'm just really strict on what I put as a masterpiece. So, okay, I give it a 6 out of 10. I'm not mad at that. I only get mad when someone puts something as like a 9 or 10 when it was some BS. Like that makes me angry. Like, what's that movie? See, Wimby Chan might not like this. Ghost Story? Pretentious, BS. Doesn't deserve any praise in my opinion. Just a boring, pretentious film. That movie felt like it was smelling his own farts. It's the perfect example of a movie that people go see, and then afterwards when you're like, that was some BS, they're like, you just don't get it. You know? It's just, you just don't get it. You don't understand. You just don't get it. I hate that movie. Ghost Story is so trash to me. I don't even know what I gave it. Hold on. 'Cause that movie kind of pissed me off. Oops. Let me look it up. A Ghost Story. What'd I give this? That movie made you... A Ghost Story? I gave it a 1.5 stars. No, Wimby, why'd you say that? I'd apply those feelings towards the movie Birdman. Haven't watched Ghost Story. I might do it tonight to see if I agree. I like Birdman. I actually saw Birdman for the first time. Like, maybe I would feel different if I saw like all the praise it was getting at the time, but I've only recently saw it. I liked it. 7 is also a masterpiece. I won't argue with that. I'm not the biggest 7 fan, but I can't fight you on that. Terminator 2 is a masterpiece. It definitely had a crazy cultural impact. You know, a lot of movies don't have that same cultural impact anymore. You ever notice that? You guys ever notice that? Like what Jaws did or what Star Wars did. Like, we don't get that anymore. I don't know if it's the abundance of amount of films that we have. I don't know if it is the streaming. I don't know. It just doesn't have the same cultural impact that shifts a culture. You know what I mean? Like, we don't get these huge shifts in culture anymore from film. I don't think we do. Like, it feels like we have like pockets of time that something's big, but how much did it actually shift like our vernacular or just shift pop culture as a whole? I don't know. I feel like Get Out kind of had that effect a little bit. Like, if you tell somebody like, dude, you're in the sunken place, people know what you're talking about. But we just don't get those same. It's just different. Like, Jaws literally changed how people view sharks. Sharks aren't as dangerous as people think. Blair Witch Project changed the world of horror. Man, Blair Witch Project is kind of crazy because when you go back and watch it, you're like, this movie sucked. Now, Blair Witch Project was all that did have a shift, but that was all. It came out at a perfect time. Maybe the internet kind of. I guess the internet kind of nerfs things a little bit. Because the Blair Witch Project, the reason why that worked is because the internet wasn't as advanced as it is now. Like, there was like home pages and people were going here, these different blogs and getting all this lore. And, you know, they made people think that it was real, putting out like real, like missing people posts and stuff. And you just wouldn't get that today. Like, you can't do that same tactic. People aren't going to go into a movie thinking, is this real? Like, everyone knows it's not. Yeah, when life was easier and much simpler. I feel like we could still have big cultural shifts, you know? What's the last big culture shift that we had in like music? Like what's something that we've had that changed the way that we speak? Tyler? Tyler the Creator? I love Tyler the Creator, but no. I mean, you guys know I'm a huge Eminem fan, so like obviously you'll roll your eyes and say, of course you mentioned Eminem, but like Eminem Stan? That changed like that word, it became a word in the dictionary. Like we use Stan all the time now. The Migos. The Clip's new album is bringing back hip hop. It's good. It's not bringing back hip hop. It's good though. I feel like what Kendrick did was so big. I mean, he kind of drew a line in the sand, right? He drew a line in the sand between imposters, entertainers, and rappers. Because I feel like that line got blurred some way. Somewhere down the road, that line got blurred, and I like that he drew that line. Like there's MCs, and then there's entertainers. They're not like us. I like that he drew it. There's levels to this. And me personally, when I hear hip hop heads talk about like the best rappers of all time, it's very irritating to ever hear Drake in that list. Like I loved Drake's Take Care. I think that he is very impressive. The way that he can take all these different genres and just roll with it and run with it and make something new out of it. But to an extent, he's a little bit of a culture vulture. And also he's more of an entertainer. Like the stuff that he raps about, it's nothing, you know? So it's nice that Kendrick's like, no, I'm an actual MC. Like I write all my stuff. I'm an MC. This is hip hop. I like that. It raised the bar, and it's only right for Kendrick Lamar to be the one to raise that bar, because I don't know if you guys remember when he first came out, he rose that, he had that bar. Like everyone was talking about that, where they were trying to reach this bar that Kendrick set right out the gate when he started to get big, and then he kind of, I mean, he made, every album he's made has been phenomenal, but as far as like in the limelight, he wasn't in there like that. So for him to come back and raise that bar again is really cool. I agree. Drake is good artist, but not real hip hop. Yeah, Drake's an entertainer. You know. I don't like Drake's integrity. Last thing I'll say. I don't like Drake's integrity, and what I mean by that is when he had that album with 21 Savage, I was actually excited about it. Because in my head, and I think everyone else knows that Drake is not a tough guy. So in my head, I'm like, oh snap, this is gonna be kind of cool, right? It's gonna be kind of like the Outkast Love Below album, right? Where like you have the lover boy, but then you have the one that's a little bit more rough around the edges, right? And I'm like, that's gonna be so cool, and that concept can be so neat, and you can have a song where 21 Savage is out doing some woman, wrong, right? And then she goes to Drake, and that's the lover boy, but then she goes back to 21. You could do something really cool with that. And then when I actually listened to the album, it was 21 Savage talking about killing people. All right, I believe it. Have you seen 21 Savage? I believe it. Have you heard him speak? He has like this soft growl when he raps. I can't explain it. It's not like a loud bark like DMX. It's like a soft growl where it's like you just don't mess with him, right? Like he has it. He has that vibe, right? It fits it perfect. And then he talks about killing people. All right, I believe it. And then Drake comes in and he starts talking about killing people. It's like, what? Who you gonna kill, Drake? Who are you gonna kill? You know? Like, I could see Drake playing GTA and literally avoiding every pedestrian. I could see him not pulling out his weapon to beat GTA. What are you talking about? I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that Drake brought the same energy 21 Savage did. That made me so angry. And I was like, this is some culture vulture stuff. Like, this is not being authentic. Where's your integrity? Where's the artistry? You know what I mean? I remember Drake from Degrassi, New Generation. I love Degrassi. I'm kind of afraid to go back and watch Degrassi because I'm afraid it wouldn't be as good anymore. But I don't know. I feel like I had pretty good taste in middle school, so it's probably all right. You know? But yeah, guys, it's like me coming out with a song about killing people. You'd be like, what? Who you killing? Clan? What you're a nerd. You're an otaku, man. What do you mean? You collect anime figures. Who you killing? That's how I feel about Drake. I'm harder than Drake. Because I'll kill people on Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. Anyways, that's why I love Take Care so much. Because I was like, this is authentic. I'm not used to a rapper being this vulnerable. This is good. But, you know. Did you move to Japan? No, I'm not in Japan yet. I got the same setup. That'd be next year. That'd be like literally a year from now. What about Chris Brown? I don't like Chris Brown. Like, yeah, I'm not crazy about Chris Brown. Justin Bieber, I heard one of his new song, the Yukon song. Really good. You know, one thing about Justin Bieber is, like, say what you want about him, because I think he probably is a jerk. I don't know. He just kind of comes across as one. He is talented. He is very talented. And I remember even in high school, all the guys hated Justin Bieber. They used to talk so bad about him. And I was like the only person, like, in my classes that actually liked Bieber. I was like, he's actually pretty good. Baby Song's pretty good. Ludacris coming in is kind of weird for him to reminisce about when he was 13. That's a little strange. But, yeah. He has some good songs. But he's good, man. Justin Bieber's good. Yeah, I don't like him, but his music was great. It's still pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, Clan's a serial killer using YouTube as a cover-up. Exactly. Who are your top 5 artists, Clan? Like rappers? Oh, man. I'm going M. I'm going Eminem. I'm going DMX. I'm going Kendrick, got to be in there. I'm going to go with Andre 3000. And gosh, who do I want to put in my 5? Because I know Tupac's an easy one. I might go Ludacris. I might go Luda. Music in general? Oh, goodness. So Eminem number 1. Michael Jackson. I feel like Prince would be there. DMX might still be in there. That's tough. Michael Jackson, the GOAT to me. Yeah, Michael Jackson, incredible, bro. R. Kelly, nah, I'm cool. Vanilla ice cream. Vanilla ice. ICP? Juggalo. for life, down with the clown. ICP, Insane Clown Posse. I like what's that? Hocus Pocus. My favorite ICP song is Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus, Jocus Clown. That song's hard, dude. I like that song. I love listening to ICP. Yeah, ICP is like guilty pleasure, you know? It's like you feel it listening to them is like drinking a large cup of Mountain Dew, Faygo, and like some Taki chips, you know? It's like, it's not the best lifestyle, but in small increments, you know, it's enjoyable to do. You know what I mean? They were great. ICP they didn't have crazy great lyrical ability, but they're an era for sure. You like Twisted? I like Twisted. I liked a lot of weird stuff. I like Twisted. They were cool. We don't die. Serial killers, we don't die. Freaks of the night, we don't die. We get high, we don't die. I like Twisted. You listen to 3-6 Mafia? Yeah, I'm from Memphis. 3-6 Mafia. Project Pat was cool too. Project Pata. Now I'm drinking water. Did you like Linkin Park? I love Linkin Park. Every black kid loved Linkin Park. You probably should know that. Every black kid loved Linkin Park. Linkin Park was awesome. I don't know about the new Linkin Park. Isn't like the woman that they added is like a weirdo or something? Did they even release new music yet? Four months ago. Up from the bottom. Is the new one already out? Young Dolph? Yeah, I listen to this thing, Young Dolph. Rest in peace. Yeah, they have an album. It's not great. So I probably shouldn't listen to it. I hear them now, but I don't want to be mean to her. I heard she was pretty bad. Project Pat out with a Christian song? What? Can I say something? Christian music sucks. Christian music sucks, bro. It's not good. There's like one artist that you can listen to. Like, I mean, I guess if you're religious, all it does is just like, no, I'm trying to say, I don't know. Preaching to the choir, I guess, if you're religious, like when you listen to that stuff. But to me, it's just not that great. The only person I can think of that was really good was, what's his name? The rapper. He rapped about real stuff. I even went to a concert of his during undergrad. He was so good. Dude, I don't, but respect to you. I'm not a Christian music person. It sucks. You remember when South Park did their whole like Faith Plus One thing with Cartman? That was hilarious because it was true. Like all these, and it happened to me. This is so funny. It happened. Lecrae, that's right. You're thinking of Lecrae. Yeah, Lecrae. Lecrae is cool. But it happened to me. Hollywood Undead. Yes, I like Hollywood Undead. It happened to me. So I was so I don't know if you guys seen the South Park episode, but South Park basically made the joke that all Christian artists do is they take love songs and then they put in Jesus, right? They just replace like baby or love or whatever with Jesus. That's all they do. And I thought that was so funny as a kid when they did that joke. And I thought it was good. And it happened to me like a few months ago. I was listening to a song and I was like, this is a great love song. I kid you not, in the middle of the song, then they said they basically said Jesus in it, and I was like, this is weird. I can't believe how accurate South Park was on that. Oh crap. I was like, that was weird. I swear, guys, it was a straight up just like love song. Like weird, so weird. Yeah, just lame. Christian music is good, just not where you are at spiritually. Oh, okay. Thank you. It's called Never Going Back. It's actually not bad, especially Project Pat's part. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll tell you one, which I don't even know if it really counts, but like Christian song. I think it's the most honest one I really like was Best Friend by Yellow Wolf and Eminem. Oh my God. Eminem's verse, bro. Oh my God. It's one of the best features I've ever heard. That's a good song. That's a good song. Okay, guys, we spent 40 minutes talking about stuff I want to talk about. So we probably need to talk about some Spurs stuff. All right, here we go. All right. So we got some love while also a crazy amount of disrespect. Okay. So I want to know how you guys feel about this, but I'm going to be real. It kind of irritated me. All right. NBA 2K. I don't like NBA 2K for many of reasons, right? They're constantly just trying their best to get the most amount of money out of you. They're not really caring about improving the game. Every single year, every other year, they bring something back that was there 10 years ago. It's very frustrating. It's a frustrating game. They need to have some type of competition. They suck. I hate 2K. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. They make changes just so you can spend more money. It's never to improve the game. With that being said, there's a few ratings that they release, and while I don't think that it means anything, obviously in reality, I do think that this is an indicator of how the public views some of our players, right? So number one thing we'll look at is two different graphs that they put out, or graphics that they put out. This one is Cooper Flag at number 1, Dylan Harper at number 2. And I'm not mad at that. Obviously, Cooper Flag being 1 and Dylan Harper being number 2, that's understandable, right? Harper being a 78 might be a little ridiculous, in my opinion. I think he's at least a 80. Like, I think he's that good. But okay, whatever. You know, he doesn't get as much praise. But what is insane, and you guys might disagree with me on this, there is a sizable gap between Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey. And the fact that they think that they're this close is low-key disrespectful. We'll see. We'll see when the season pans out. We'll see if I was right. But I'm telling you, I think that there is quite a big gap between those two. Quite a big gap. And I would even argue that I think VJ Edgecombe is better than Ace Bailey. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I don't hate it. I just don't like how close it is. Like, Dylan Harper is a much better player. Much better. Not 1 point better, in my opinion. But I'm okay with 80, but can upgrade during the year. It'll update. You know, he'll go higher or whatnot. I understand Cooper Flag being as high as he is. I think he deserves it. Maybe even slightly higher, honestly. But, you know, it is what it is. And I think Dylan Harper should be higher, and I think there should be a bigger gap between him and Ace Bailey. Like, I think that's ridiculous. Okay, but moving on. Now, the one that I actually thought was pretty cool was this one right here. Fast break phenoms. Our boy De'Aaron Fox, 97 speed with ball. You love to see it. So as you can see here, this is an official graphic. Hold on, you probably not seeing what I'm seeing. Look at those top of the line graphics. Look how good those graphics are. What a phenomenal. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? How much money does 2K bring in? Oh, can you guys see? You see the green screen? I don't know if you guys can see it on your screen. I could have made it look better than this. Look at that. Look at that. A green screen. Green screen markers. Green screen markers. So cheap. Ridiculous. Hold on. NBA 2K25 generated significant revenue for Take-Two Interactive, with net bookings reaching 1.3 billion in a single quarter. Top of the line graphics. Anyways, sorry, I'm just getting irritated. All right, top 10. De'Aaron Fox is number 1 in the NBA, speed with ball, and this is how people view him. What's really impressive about this too is that he's even said himself that he's kind of getting away from the whole, and he has been getting away from the whole, oh, I'm just a quick player that scores around the basket, right? He's developed a nice mid-range shot. He's attempted more three-pointers than before. And one thing that I want people to pay attention to, here, I'll show you, is when you go to his stats, because I've seen a lot of Spurs fans do this, and I don't like that we're doing this. So people will bring up his shooting, and they'll say he's not that great of a shooter. Three-point shooter, that is. And I would agree with you to an extent, but I think that this might end up being like a special case. I guess you can make the argument both ways, but I think this season might be kind of a special case, right? So as you can see, this season, it's with the Spurs, only 17 games, 27% from three, right? He averaged 5.6, was 27.4. But we know that he had that pinky issue, right? And then the Kings, it was 32%. We know that he had that pinky issue all season long. The season prior to that, which I think is pretty interesting, is he shot about 8, which is the most in his entire career that season. And he had the highest efficiency of his entire career. And we know that he said on many occasions that, yes, I've been working on my shot, right? That's what I want to be able to bring, in my bag to consistently be able to lean on. And I just want to say, I think that maybe we can get this, right? If we get him if he's shooting like 36, 37%, we're cooking, okay? And I definitely think he's worth the extension. Or the max, right? Not just the extension. Everyone knows he's worth an extension. But yeah. So yeah. I know, dude. I know. That's what I was getting at. The chatter says, why would there be a green screen? It's a digital model. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Chatter. $1 billion company in a quarter. $1 billion. $1 billion. So deserving of that. They're so lazy, bro. It's ridiculous. So lazy. Anyway. Yeah, I think that he's worked on his deep game too. I think he's going to be pretty doggone good. And yeah, people just aren't really like thinking about it. They're like, oh, he can't shoot. But it could very well just been the pinky. And prior to that, the season before, it was ridiculous. Like, I don't think you get to the point where you go from 32 to 37 in a season shooting about 8 threes a game. without it being purposeful and you actually working on that. Like that's not just luck. So I think maybe we can tap into that again. Hold on, guys. Got something else here. Oh man. How many times? How many stats do these haters need, y'all? How many stats? How many? So I find it very funny. So this is a pro Jeremy Sochan segment. I find it so funny that people's initial reaction is to tag me when it's something Jeremy Sochan related. Big shout out to expert bed hanger. I don't know if that means something bad. I don't know. That's a weird. It's okay though. If that's your actual name, I apologize. And Chino 210. So big shout out to you guys. I appreciate it. I think someone might have sent it to me too. Yeah, I think I might have got DM'd it as well. But let's go to it. So NBA University. Why it looks like that? I don't like that. I missed the old one. They posted the top 15 defenders faced by Luka Doncic during this past season. Dort, Wiggins, Giddey, McDaniels, O'Neal, Jeremy Sochan. But people would like to tell me that Jeremy Sochan is not an elite defender. This is kind of weird though. So it says top possession. Oh, this is just based on possessions. I didn't even catch this. He's number one. It's a sizable gap. That's a ridiculous gap. I didn't even notice that. At first, when you guys first tagged me in this, I just thought, okay, he's 6. I was like, that's pretty low for Sochan, but like, okay. No, it's because of the possessions. Well, this is ridiculous. This is even better than I thought. So true shooting percentage, 36.8%. 36.8%. Are you guys hearing me? 2.3 turnovers. That's a lot of assists, though. That's a lot of assists. You got to pass it up when Sochan's on him. He got to pass it up when Sochan's on him. I saw someone say he must have had a lucky night. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's actually ridiculous. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, Sochan is an elite defender, and I really hate that, we have to constantly remind people of who he is. But I'm happy to do it because we're kind of in a situation, right, where Sochan is a player that is just not going to be as appreciated. His game doesn't look special from the eye test, especially offensively. Like all you see or what people pay attention to is, oh, he's cutting and he made a shot after cutting, right? Oh, these other players are creating for him, and they don't really see the nuance of things. And with Sochan in particular, the reason why I think Carter Bryant is going to get way more love than Sochan, because Sochan won't get this love until we're in the playoffs. Like you're going to have to actually see his impact in big games, and I think that's when people will like lay off. But I think Carter Bryant is one that's going to get a little bit more love than Sochan, just because he is a great defender. I think Sochan's a better defender, but he's a really great defender. But he also is capable of taking those extra chances to get a steal or take those extra chances to get a block. Sochan isn't really like that. Sochan is just going to make your job very difficult. And he's not one that's going to reach too much. Like he's very disciplined defensively. Maybe to a fault at times, but he gets the job done, and it's just something that people are not going to see, right? You're going to pay attention. When you think of Kawhi Leonard's defense, a lot of people don't think about just guys not being able to score on them necessarily. A lot of us go back to, oh man, you remember that steal, against the Warriors where he just ripped it straight from Curry's hands, right? Like you think about those big plays, but in actuality, what made Kawhi so dangerous is just what he's doing all game long, right? Defensively. So, anyways, I like this. I think this is cool. I read it. I mean, I didn't read it at first. I didn't read it at first. I just saw, okay, Sochan's on this list. These are great defenders, or top 15 defenders. I was like, okay, cool. This would be something that we talk about. Was not aware. 36%. Kind of wild. I saw someone, this is just a little random. I saw someone bring up during our last Sochan talk, and I didn't address it. They mentioned that they feel like Sochan has, like he's injury prone. And I want to kind of pass that off to you guys. How do you feel about that? Do you think Sochan is, because I don't think that Sochan's injury prone, right? Like this past season, for sure. Season prior, he played like 70 something games. I don't think that we have a big enough sample size to throw that, throw that label on him. I just don't think we have that yet. If that's the case, like, because no one's saying Wemby's injury prone, and Wemby definitely has had like some ups and downs as far as can he play or can he not. But we're not quick to throw that at him. So I don't know. I don't think he's injury prone though. I feel like Sochan has done a pretty good job to stay healthy. It's just this past season hasn't been the best. Yeah. Man, Jeremy would get hate for his whole career because all they see is point guard experiment Sochan and the dumb narrative that he hates Wemby. It's gonna change. I'm telling you this right now. Winning changes everything. Okay. I'm very adamant about this. People don't like when I say it, but like certain players from the 2014 era Spurs, or not even 2014 era Spurs, we can say past that, like 2016, 2017 Spurs, aren't as great as people make them out to be, right? Jonathan Simmons was not that great. We had really great players, a great system, and we were on a roll. He was there when we were winning. But when people say, I wish we had Jonathan Simmons back, no, you don't. No offense to Simmons. Like Simmons is he played very hard. He deserved to be where he was at. But he was not as great as people made him out to be. I remember Simmons in 2017. It's all a vibe, right? Like you remember 2017, everyone struggling and Simmons playing so hard during the Western Conference Finals when Kawhi went down, right? Like that's what you remember. But go look at his number. Go rewatch some. He wasn't that good. I promise you, he was not that good. You just remember some of the dunks. So it's all just a vibe, right? There were people actually making the argument like, oh yeah, I would trade Jonathan Simmons away, or I would trade Devin Vassell away to get Jonathan Simmons. Like people actually made that argument, which is insane to me. When Devin Vassell is significantly better than Jonathan Simmons. Like significantly better. Actually, you know what, just for the heck of it, I'm just trying to demonstrate that it's Fifi's a little bit. We're in a rebuild. Sochan is here during the rebuild. This game doesn't always show up in the stat sheet. But here, look at this. He was in this. People, and I'm not joking. When I say it wasn't just a couple people. It was multiple people. I talk to Spurs fans all the time. Multiple people that made the argument that they would trade away Devin Vassell for Jonathan Simmons. And look at his career in the NBA. He was with us for 2 seasons. He averaged 6 points. Okay. He didn't take any threes. You probably look in here and you're like, he shot 38%. He took less than 1. No, I mean, nothing defensively, really. Nothing to write home about. I mean, and people say, well, he was so aggressive. I mean, he was at the free throw line a couple times a game. I mean, you know what I mean? You kind of look like a Barbie right now. Thanks, girl. Sochan in a club is diabolical. What is he celebrating? Mediocrity. That is so mean. That is so mean. Is Sochan in a club right now? Sochan partying right now? Is Sochan partying right now? That's rage bait. Look, Sochan's really great. And I think that a lot of it's just vibes. So I wouldn't give up. Don't think that Sochan is, don't think that Sochan, once we're in the playoffs, that people still won't give him love. He is going to get a lot of love. People are going to love him. He's that type of player. He's going to have some very memorable moments. A lot of it comes down to vibes. A lot of it comes down to story. A lot of it comes down to just how you made me feel and what was going on at the time. I guarantee you, once we're on the bigger stage and Sochan gets in some of these fights, he gets under the skin of a star player here or there, he makes a big play here or there, that people will feel differently. But right now, you'll have people yearning for Jonathan Simmons back rather than actually being able to evaluate how good these players actually are. It's hard to see, and I'm not gonna like get too angry or anything, because it is hard to see when you're losing. I understand that. I know it's not the easiest thing to see and be optimistic when you're losing. Yeah. I don't know where you guys are getting that from. Yeah, Sochan parties way too much out here in San Antonio. Where y'all get that from? I mean, I'm glad he's partying in San Antonio. I mean, when we had DJ, he would party. He would leave and go party in Seattle. At least he's in San Antonio, I guess. No, let him party. He's obviously getting the job done. I mean, I'm not going to be one to get upset about partying. I only get upset when you do things that interfere with, the team. Going out to a club and partying, there's nothing wrong with that. I see him at the club and after till the sun up. All right, well, let him party. As long as he get the job done. I mean, he obviously working. I mean, as many times as you could say that you've seen him at his club, as many times as I can say I've seen videos of him working on his shooting abilities. Like, well, yeah, it doesn't matter. Nightlife ain't for everybody. I'm not a nightlife type person, and I actually never was, even when, early 20s or whatnot, I never was, but, different strokes for different folks. You know what I mean? Thought he had a woman. I think so. Yeah, he has a girlfriend, I think. They were at the, didn't they go to a summer league game? When he there with the girl? Wait, are you insinuating he can't go to the club if he has a girlfriend? Clan, when you're ready, don't forget Danny Green defending Kawhi. Also, forgot about it. Anyways, it's going to be all right. Spurs fans want to ace over Harper because of too many guards. Mind you, they had this mindset because of Blake Wesley, Malachi Branham, and a 40-year-old Chris Paul. Those are the same people crying. What? Yeah. Okay. So, oops. Danny, you said Danny Green? Where is that? Where can I find that video? Is it on Instagram? Did I save it on Instagram? Let's see if I saved it on Instagram. Apparently it's not on Instagram. Oh, I did have something to watch on Instagram. Oh no, I did save it on Instagram. Well, I'll be danged. Hot diggity darn. Hot diggity darn. Hot diggity dog. Chat, I actually did save it. This video was on Instagram. Let's see here. So apparently, chat says that Danny Green defended Kawhi Leonard. Let's see here. Is this it? That's Aldridge. Is this it? Danny Green, Aldridge. This is it, right? Clan Tony Parker spoke up after the Danny Green take as well. Okay, can you tell me where he spoke up at? Tell me where he spoke up at. But I gotta turn the music off because they got their own music, I guess. I don't know if I should play their music. Okay, no, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. That was that's too clipped. Yeah, Danny loves Kawhi. Yeah, he does love Kawhi. All right, all the smoke. All right, let's see. All the smoke. Let's see if we can find it real quick. All right, so that's a discussion about MJ. How long ago was this? Can you just voice over clan? Yeah. Where is this? 1 month ago. Oh wait, the truth about playing with LeBron. Wait, did we already go over this? Because this looked like I watched it already. Wait, 2 months ago? This can't be right. Guys, where? Oh my gosh. It was during July? Yeah, because this is 2 months ago. Was Danny Green on the... Hold on. Oh, was Aldridge and Danny Green not on together? Okay, so Aldridge and Danny Green weren't on together, right? These are two separate... That is the video. Oops. All right, so this is the video. All right, let's see. Oh gosh, did they? Okay. Okay. All right. I think I found it. I think I found the video. I think I found the video you guys are talking about. All right. So let's see. Where is? Let's see how retirement has been. Experience with Greg Pop. I'm sure Captain Jack has a lot to say about that, huh? Kawhi's fallout with the Spurs. All right, this is what you wanted me to look at. It's weird. I was like, did we already look at it? It's okay. If we did look at it already, we can go over it again. And then you said Tony Parker has something to say after this, so you're going to have to direct me in that. in that area. I have no idea what Tony Parker said about this. Also, you know what? For funsies, I'll speed up just a little bit. Oh, crap. You guys can't hear anything. Sorry. All he said was Aldridge talked about the fallout between Pop and Kawhi or whatever.
Hold on, what was kind of your take
I saw when I was there, so I know he saw it.
I mean, I saw some of what was happening. Till this day, I never asked Kawhi, me and him, what happened. I've heard from other people of things that have happened. I can give you my mathematics of what happened.
Is it weird? Okay, so I don't know. I guess it's subjective, but like, can you call yourself someone's friend or one of their best friends if this is some information that you never asked and you don't even know, or this is a conversation you haven't even approached? I mean, I know Kawhi is kind of like to himself or whatever, but I don't know. Can you be friends with someone and not know this or talked about it? I just feel like he's just been good teammates with Kawhi. He liked Kawhi, but like, I don't know.
I think his uncle had a lot of what to do with what was going on off the court.
Influence, yeah.
A lot of influence with it. And I think once his uncle saw some distasteful things in his mind, it was like, all right, we're not doing this. You know, we're not going to, because, you know, San Antonio, they don't treat anybody like superstars. And I think his uncle kind of, and rightfully so. Right.
Only 3 people for a long time.
You know what I'm saying? Rightfully so. He should have been treated like a superstar. But Timmy, so Pop was spoiled. He never had to treat Timmy like that because Timmy never needed, he never cared to be that. But I think.
I need some. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be real. All right, I'm gonna be so real right now. I agree that superstar players should be treated like superstars, right? Like, I think back. I mean, I'm not old enough to actually remember Cowboys championships. That's so sad. I hate the Cowboys so much. Oh my God. But one thing that I heard, or at least I saw I think it was an interview, and Jimmy Johnson talked about how if Troy Aikman was sleeping during one of his not practices, but like one of their film studies and whatnot, he would tell them to wake up. But then if another player were to do it, they're off the team, right? And I get that that's being treated like a superstar, right? You get that little bit of you got a lot of leverage, and you get that special treatment. Kawhi Leonard, I just need to know what be treated like a superstar look like, because I know, and we know this, that when he got to the Clippers, they actually thought some of this was a little ridiculous. Like, all of the requests that they had, I think that it really just came down to Kawhi's uncle feeling as if this is how a superstar is treated in the NBA. From my perspective, it doesn't really seem like Kawhi was treated unfairly. And I thought, at least from what I've seen, I mean, I wasn't there, I'm not in the franchise, but it seems like Kawhi was treated like a superstar. Like, they respected him significantly. Being treated like a superstar for one is you're not just gonna be cast away. You know another reason why I think Kawhi was treated like a superstar? One thing that stands out, it's how long the Spurs dealt with this. This was a whole season of this BS, and it took so long for them to finally, you could physically see them get irritated, right? But like, they dealt with it for the longest. They let him bring his people in, get reevaluated. They knew that he left. They were just kind of waiting for him to come back. Like, it was a lot of patience, bro. I feel like you do that with a superstar, because no other player on the team would have been able to do that. No, Danny Green wouldn't have been able to do that. Another role player wouldn't be able to do that. But Popovich even went out of his way near the tail end of things to try to talk to Kawhi, right? They didn't want to trade Kawhi. To me, that's superstar. I don't know.
You know, Kawhi had the injury. Tony said some things in the media, and then Pop said some things in the media. I think, you know, Uncle Dennis was like, nah, that's not, because Kawhi came back from 9 games, and after that, he's like, you got to talk to Kawhi's people.
In my opinion, Uncle Dennis created the discord, created the issues, And then when we reacted, he used that as a way of saying, see, they don't want you.
And that, to them, from my understanding, I think they saw that was disrespectful, and that, you know, some of the things Tony said was like, they were like, okay, that's disrespectful. And then they were like, we're not, what the rumblings were, he's not going to be seen in the San Antonio Spurs uniform again. So yeah, I never asked him what happened. You know, one day maybe we'll get a chance to chop it up when he's done hooping. But I was fortunate enough to play with him in San Antonio and also play with him again in Toronto. We had a great year, and
that's why I got traded though.
Danny Green's hoping to bring Kawhi like on his podcast or whatnot. Talk about it later.
Because me and him was getting too close when I was there. Last time I was there.
Kawhi?
You know about that? I'm telling you.
Yeah, but also
Stat was coming to my house. They didn't like that.
was bugging out.
They didn't.
Let's hear the other side because we only get one part.
I remember this very.
I wonder why. I wonder why they wouldn't want people hanging around. I don't know.
Very vividly, but like, you know, Stack he's not gonna just let people talk to him certain way. He's not gonna just let people practices just go the way they're supposed to. This game, like, you know, we're gonna talk shit.
And that's all the playing time I was getting at the time.
And you know what I'm saying? So
it was practice.
So, you know, we in practice, and you know, in the system they like things done so right. We're gonna run this play though, and you know, you're supposed to.
Not me.
Okay. We have went over this. We went over this part, I think. So, because I remember this, I won't go over this again. I thought this was ridiculous. I thought Jackson was being a child. All right, you guys said Tony Parker had something to say. No one sent me the Tony Parker thing. I have no idea what you're talking about. What was he on? What was the podcast? I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I have no idea. See? It was on an article of Tony Parker. Can't find it. Maybe Newsweek. I don't know. Maybe that should be a separate section. So if you can send that to me on Twitter or something, I'll feel free to go over it. But be honest with you, man, I don't really see it. Let's see. You said Newsweek. Nah. I mean, I got stuff from 2018. Let's see here. Basketball Network. Okay, so this is July 27th. I could have gone anywhere, but I trusted the Spurs doctors. Parker's subtle dig at Kawhi revealed the fracture that tore the Spurs apart. Is this it? Behind the scenes, one of the most stable. Yeah. Same injury, different response. Oh, this is it? A fracture that never healed. By March, the tension has reached to a boiling point. We know all this. Popovich gave a few details. It's still debated whether Leonard made the right call. He wanted to win the championship in Toronto. Man, come on. While Parker, a Finals MVP, was nearing the end of his day, he still embodied the. I don't think any of this is recent. Yeah, none of this is recent. They just re-released like what happened back then, I guess. Yeah, there's nothing here, my boy. But yeah, Tony was right. It's like this, y'all. I'll be transparent. I don't think Tony Parker, it was like professional the way that he digged at Leonard, and we all know that Tony Parker can be a little selfish sometimes. I don't think it was great the way that Popovich did it, but also I don't think any of it mattered, right? I think that all that did was create discourse where some people think that could be a reason why he left, right? People that just didn't pay attention to the situation. And I don't believe that. I think that, you know, he kind of created that uncertainty and that irritation amongst his teammates, and it leaked out, right? Spurs are typically pretty professional, and they try not to, you know, tell you too much of what's going on with the team. But that in particular, I feel like it rubbed people the wrong way. We had Danny Green even having to have like a talk with Kawhi, like he wanted to have a group talk, right, in the locker room, just the players. I mean, it was ridiculous, you know. He was gone regardless. I don't think if they were nicer to Kawhi that he would have stayed. So at the end of the day, I don't think that they were right, but I also don't think it mattered. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody walk up to you, you know, if somebody walks up to you and like bump you on the shoulder and you like punch them in the stomach, okay, maybe you did a little too much, right? But I also understand, you know. Actually, it would have to be this would be equivalent of like bumping you on the shoulder several times. Like they keep doing it, right? They keep doing it, and it's just bothering you. It hurts a little bit, not really, but they just keep doing it, and then you just like full on punch them in the stomach, punch gut, all your might, Falcon punch it. And it's like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. I mean, that was a little overkill, but you know. It wasn't going to stop them from hitting you on the shoulder. He should have been up front and said, don't make me the cornerstone of this team moving forward since I want to go to LA. I would have at least respected that. Well, it was also about image, right? Like his entire camp threw the Spurs under the bus. It would have looked bad for his image any other way. And it was kind of easy for non-Spurs fans to just assume that because Popovich already had like this image of being kind of like a dictator, right? He wasn't, but like people saw it that way. And, you know, so for some cracks to be in the franchise, it didn't shock quite a few people. They didn't need much convincing to say, oh, okay, of course. Yeah, they've been efficient, but there's something beneath the surface here. There's something wrong with the system, right? They're not going to win for the next 15 years. But yeah. People think Pop was a spy too. People think a lot of things. All right, that was interesting though. That was interesting. Thanks for showing me that. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. I'm sleepy. I'll talk to you later. Well, I'm not really that sleepy, but I am going to hop off. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. I'll talk to you next time. We'll be back. Ooh, we'll be back. It'll be Thursday night. It might be a little earlier Thursday night. Yeah. Dang, that just came to me. Yeah, it'll be Thursday night. That's going to be weird because I have to do something at like 9:30. We'll see. All right, y'all.